This is a rest area, probably 20 minutes southwest of Washington, D.C. In a surprising move, when I delivered my load in South Carolina, in the end of the day on Monday, I got a call, or actually an email, saying that there's a load for me in Pennsylvania. So I've been deadheading. It's time now about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I drove about 2 hours yesterday because the load was confirmed only at the end of the day, like 5 o'clock. So I started driving, and I thought I was loading today because it didn't leave me much time. But dispatch says no, loads tomorrow. Okay. I'm picking up some kind of a excavator, and I went through like 3 or 4 scales. Everything is open, but nobody bothered me. And then this last one, I was trying to find a truck stop because this was like just over 2 hours since last time I stopped, so I try to stop like every couple of hours, right? And there's no truck stops here. And this last one, this rest area, it's coupled with a way station, and it was open, but they sent us around, you follow the arrows at the top because you go over the scale in the road, right? And then there's an arrow that says go this way, go this way. So me and like 3 or 4 trucks, even loaded trucks ahead of me, they were all pointed around the scale. So basically they didn't send us through the actual scale where the inspectors sit in that little kind of like house. And then you leave that, and basically it says truck stop. Oh yeah, and no personal vehicles are allowed here. And I come in, and right away I see a police car with lights on, and he grabs somebody and does an inspection. And this area, they even have like a pit. So he put like a 5-ton truck on a pit, and the poor guy sits there, and they always pick like older trucks, That's one thing about driving an old truck, is that it's really attracts the attention, either old or dirty. But when they see like, you have, peeling off paint and stuff like that, or that's a good candidate, let's put them on a pit. I forgot to grab my camera with me when I went to the vending machines here. I never saw such advanced vending machines. I wanted to get coffee, even though I know usually it's bad, and I go there and it's all touch screen. Like the machines look like regular machines, but when I came closer, there's nothing in the little screen. It says touch to begin. Okay, I touch it, and it gives me a whole bunch of cappuccino, and I'm like, wait a second, maybe they have Americano. It says more. I click more, and on the second screen, sure enough, it says Americano, $1.75. Wow, what do you know? And now I'm drinking Americano. And I went to the second. Oh, this was the coffee machine. I went to the second vending machine, which had some snacks, and I had no carbs today, no sugar, so I wanted some sugar, so I got some little tiny cookies, like those 5 millimeters in diameter. $1.75. Yeah, everything is $1.75, and it takes cash, but also takes credit cards. And then at the bottom it says, tap here, and I see a logo for iPhone, Google. You can use that kind of like money program on your phone to pay, with a tap like. And everything comes out. Everything is cold inside. Like I got those cookies, and when I open the little lid at the bottom to grab the bag, the cold air was coming out. It's all refrigerated, very high tech. I guess important people go through here because this is I-95, right? Just south of Washington, D.C., as I mentioned. But somebody decided really to splash on these vending machines. And as usual, I'll show my neighbors here. So over here we have Prime with how I know it's Prime, because in the back it says Prime. Right now all aluminum and sliding, so the rear axle I think slides, yeah. And over here we have what is this? Bonnie's Volvo. That guy is a Freightliner. Here we have Bonnie's, another aluminum trailer, but this one is a flatbed 48 with some lumber. Oh boy, I did so much of this stuff. And look how he tied down his straps. I always wonder why people do this, you know, because these yeah, he grabbed the hook, see, on the other side of the rub rail, and then he just wrapped it around. And that's a common mistake, because first of all, rub rail has no rating. You cannot use it. You have your stake pockets, and you have your you know, like underneath, you see, next to the tire, he has these things, right? That's what you're supposed to use.
Yeah, this is the top end of Maryland, Highway 15, that connects I-270 and Carlisle, PA. I went through Washington, D.C., then jumped on the 495 and then 270, and it was all jammed up. It took me forever to get out. And I don't believe I ever driven on this, what is it, US 15 or Highway 15 or Maryland 15, but should be quite picturesque. Yeah, I'm passing some kind of a historic town called Emmitsburg, Maryland. But it's to my left. This Highway 15 just goes on the edge of this town. So Gettysburg is next. Bye bye, Maryland. Pennsylvania, the state of independence. And the next 6 exits is Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. This is Highway 74.
After 400 meters, turn right.
And my GPS is trying to send me what is this? Yeah, the sign said 50 miles an hour. Yeah, basically I saw from the multiple twists and turns on the map, on the GPS, that it was not a proper route for a truck. So I had to revert to using Google Maps. And Google Maps says stay on Highway 74. Don't take any stupid shortcuts. So I follow the GPS. I follow my smartphone direction till the GPS finds the proper route. Because of course each time I don't listen to it, it recalculates. And I'm just looking at the screen to see, where I think so far it still wants me to turn. 1.3 kilometers wants me to turn right somewhere. Whereas the smartphone says drive on Highway 74 north for 3 more miles. That's what we're doing. Basically, I'm like 10 miles away from Carlisle, Pennsylvania. These are some really unusual roads here. But they make good material for a video, right?
After 400 meters, bear right, then bear right.
No way, I'm not bearing anywhere. I'm staying on this Highway 74 for 2.6 more miles. And then I'm turning right on Middlesex
Right,
Road.
Dunkelberger Drive.
The speed limit on that road, where this GPS wanted me to go, was 20 miles an hour.
Turn right, Old Stone House Road south.
No. Find me something better. Or now I see it. I think it found it.
After 400 meters, turn right.
No, that's still not the right one. That looks like a good highway, but
Turn right, Highway 174, Boiling Springs Road.
okay, I think now it found it. Fairview Street. What? My GPS says, yeah, go straight for 5 kilometers or 3 miles and then turn right on Fairview Street. My smartphone says turn right on Middlesex in 1.4 miles, which is what, like 2 kilometers? Well, guess what? I did not like the road that the smartphone wanted me to turn onto either. It was very narrow and the turn was too sharp. So now I'm following my GPS because it looks like I'm hooking up with 81, I-81, and then I just follow I-81 north, like proper, proper way. And as soon as I missed that turn, my smartphone recalculated and it shows the same route as my GPS. So now they're both in sync.
Exit right, 52A, US 11, northbound towards New Kingston.
I-81 north. And my exit is in less than 2 minutes. Highway 11. Well, I made it to the truck stop, and because it was already like 5:30, now it's 6. It's a mess. I went, the entrance is over there, and that's the service, the shop, right? So usually that's what I do. I go around the shop, like closer to the trees over there, and I go there, and it's all blocked because there's an accident, like one truck hit another. I don't know how they managed to do it, but one truck, I believe it was a Volvo, like the bumper, the hood, everything is on the asphalt, so basically you cannot go around. So the only way to do that, so I stopped there, and I had no way to go, right? I cannot back because it's another zoo is over here near the pumps. So I just went there. They have this it's like the new, what do they call it? What do they call it? Like hydrogen or whatever, like alternate type of fuel, and they build the pumps over there. I had to go through there. There was no other choice. Went through those pumps, and I saw right away why this truck stop is always a mess, because a lot of spots they still use this. I don't know, I thought they went bankrupt, those guys where you over there, like in the distance, it's where you park with your nose in, and then you pay like, what is it now, 20 bucks, 50 bucks, whatever, and they give you that big yellow hose and you put it into your window, and there's so that's your air conditioning for the night, your electricity. I think it even has 110 volts, and it has a tiny little screen for TV, but of course you have to pay for that, right? So they took part of the truck stop and they commercialize it, right? Because over here it's all free, so they don't make enough money from what we spend inside in the restaurant and stuff like that. I guess because yeah, it's you need lots of space for trucks, right? So now I'm nervous. I don't want to leave the truck before somebody parks next to me, and I even moved because tomorrow the machine I'm picking up, it's gonna be 75,000 pounds, so I know I will need to use my lift axle on the truck, and for that I need to move my fifth wheel. And so I moved my truck closer to the trailer, dropped the trailer on the ground, use this little switch here, fifth wheel lock, and then I dropped the suspension. And lucky for me, they opened. Sometimes they don't want to open when you drop your trailer. And I moved back, so now I don't stick out as bad. And I'm like 1 foot away from the trailer behind me. All right, let's see, where's our next victim? And there's lots of space, by the way. Like if you are in a drive-in, okay, this guy is looking, but he saw my camera, so he's not gonna back. I'm pretty sure he's afraid. But I mean, for a drive-in, I think that this is a good spot, because you can go with your, truck towards that pole. Just try to back. It's just that I'm still sticking out a little bit. If somebody tries to back in here, of course I'm gonna go out and help them, because I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna hit me if I don't stay in the truck. And I'm not saying that because I'm kind of like a chicken or something. But if you saw my previous videos with that yellow International, I was hit 3 times. I think 3 times. And not me like hitting other people hitting me inside a truck stop. Houston, Texas, then I think one was somewhere in the Midwest, like Michigan. I still don't have my neighbor. She's somewhere on the way. And I saw an RV, you know, nice small RV without a trailer, and it went that way. Because everybody goes that way now. I think they cleared up the accident. And I wanted to run after that RV and, you know, here, I got a spot for you, because RV would be perfect. Because the chances of it hitting me are, you know, pretty much nil, because it's so small and I could help him, right? So that would be ideal candidate. But you don't see many of these RVs, you know, at the truck stops. The only other better candidate would be a bobtail truck. And I saw one guy, and he parked like 10 spaces away from me, and I'm like, over here. But it's so busy today. I'm not leaving. I'm hungry. I wanna eat something, but no way I'm leaving my truck without somebody parking next to me first. And I think we have a winner. When you really want something, it's bound to happen. Okay, so now I can go have my dinner. And the last thing I did, I opened my window and I asked the guy if he's staying till morning, and he said yeah. We don't want other neighbors, you know. See, I moved my fifth wheel all the way there to decrease the space, to make my rig shorter. And I backed as close as possible to this guy without hitting him. And one trick I learned, because he's actually over the line, you see the line is over there, he's over the line. But one trick I learned, I measure the distance with my feet, and then I go to the truck, and I take 2 gloves, and I put one glove, you know, like on a step. And then I measure the feet. Let's say over here, I know, let's say it was like 3 feet. So 3 of my, 3 feet roughly. And then I just measure. I put one glove on the top where I can see it, and then one glove 3 feet away on the ground. And then I start backing, and it's always very difficult because you look in the mirror and it seems like I'm about to hit the guy. So you have to be very careful. But so I didn't go all the way, like, you know, the glove on the ground was like this, and this glove was like this, and I stopped and I went back here and I double checked a few times, because yeah, there's I cannot go any further, you know, because I don't know, maybe this guy will leave, and then somebody else will come in, you know. But as long as I'm not over my line, which I'm not sure where it is, because over there I see people are all over the place. See, like this guy is taking this space, then there's another guy over there, the step deck of flat step deck, he's way over there. And actually at first when I was backing, I wanted to go in that space next to me because I was coming from this direction, no, from that direction. And then I saw that trailer, that was sticking out, and I had to change my philosophy, my strategy, and I maneuvered my truck this way because this guy, you know, there's more space behind him, right? But the truck stop now is turning 100% into a zoo, you know? People are backing left and right. And of course, half of the spaces are blocked, reserved parking. That's another reason why it's a mess. And that's another way the truck stop is making money. So you want to park for the night, you gotta pay. See, that's what I wanted. I wanted this guy next to me, but he decided to park here, you know. Well, see, they have free spaces here right next to the building, but of course these are not free. For these you gotta pay. By the way, I got new sandals. $6 one, so 12 for a pair. And they're very uncomfortable.